Good morning, beautiful friends. So today I want to introduce Soleil. I want to just continue our conversation about how you have the right to say no, because as we recognize that we have a divine right to health, that divine right is expressed by knowing we have the right to say no. And Soleil here didn't have a right to say no for quite some time before he came here. In fact, not many horses really have that right to say no. And it is a source of a lot of the challenges that people have with horses. It's not recognizing that they need their voice heard as well, and that they need their boundaries respected. They need choice and voice. So Soleil came to me as a dangerous horse. He was going to be destroyed. They even had the hole dug. And I was working with the owner who had other horses here with me. And she called me in tears the day before they were to destroy him. And he came right to me right away and said, "I'm not dangerous." So I just said to this client, I said, "I don't know what I'm saying because I have a 4-H club here and I have kids running all over the place, but I need you to just bring him here. He needs to be here. And we can figure out what's going on at that point." Well, it turns out Soleil was just acting out because he didn't have a voice. He had been rescued by this woman as an off-the-track thoroughbred, and she actually bought him out of the kill pen. The kill buyer had actually bought him already, and she walked over to the kill pen and saw him and knew she had to have him, and so she purchased him right there from the kill buyer. So he's actually been close to death at human hands twice. So Soleil carries a lot of black horse wisdom and a lot of wisdom about what it means to us, to any being, when we're not given a voice. And that's Luke in the background expressing his voice. You can see him right there. So I asked Soleil if we could tell his story, if he'd be interested in telling his story, so that we could discuss how important voice and choice are to our divine health, our divine right to health. It is a divine health. It's a divine gift. It's a gift so precious. This gift of life is so precious. And I'm talking about the juiciness of life. Being able to be free and in a pasture for Soleil made all the difference in the world. He did not want to be blanketed any longer. Anyway, back to Soleil, huh? It's all about you. Luke keeps talking. He has lots to say today, apparently. Anyway, Soleil said, I don't want to be blanketed. I tried riding him with a bit in his mouth a few times, and he told me he did not want a bit in his mouth any longer. And he goes barefoot. I do all my own trimming here. He has to be naked. So when I ride him bareback. Soleil does masterful work with humans in teaching about boundaries and compassion for self and embracing the unknown and consensual leadership. And here's the rest of the herd gathering around. Well, not all of them, but Windman and Oris. Vandar back there. Otto. They're all a little itchy. All the biting flies just recently came out. So you do have a right to say no. It's so important to recognize that and to own it. Last week we did a little exercise getting to know where our auric field, our boundaries usually are. And then we filled up that boundary with our essence, so we claimed our space. I just want to talk about how that field does not always remain the same. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger. With Soleil, he and I right now have small boundaries. He's allowing me to come in. Did you see where he lifted his head just as I came into his bubble there? So I'd pause and ask him for permission. And I can feel it in my gut where it says, he said, yes, you can come in. That's the kind of work we do, that I do with humans, that he does with humans. Teaching about sensitivities and voice and choice. And empowering one another. Teaching how to find your intuition, work with it, allow it to grow. So today, we're going to add to our work of the establishing our auric field and filling up our essence by doing a little work where we put on the clothing of our chakras so that we get dressed. And quite honestly, that's what we should do before we fill up our essence, because we want to make sure we're fully clothed. It's a ritual to be done in the mornings, just like brushing your teeth, just like putting on physical clothing. These are your energetic clothes. So you're clothed with all of the energy of all 7 chakras. So, right now, stand or sit in a comfortable place with your feet firmly on the ground. And you can close your eyes, or you can keep a soft eye focused on Soleil. I'm going to back up enough so you can see all of him. and ground. Ground all the way from the top of your head, through your body, through your pelvic floor, through your feet, to the center of the planet. Have that deep grounding rod. Just going and connecting with the planet. And call in all of your parts and pieces, all of your energies that might be out and about. Just call them all in. Now that you're fully grounded, consider red energy coming from the heart of the planet, coming from your base chakra, first chakra. Oh my, we had a little altercation there between Oris and Soleil. Consider that red energy as a blanket close to your skin, covering your entire body. The entire body. Top, bottom, sides. So you have a red blanket all over you. And then next, consider orange energy coming from just above your root chakra. So it's about below your diaphragm, below your solar plexus, between your solar plexus and the root. Orange that is grounded to the planet and then covers on top of the red. So it's just a layer over the red. Another blanket. So now we have a blanket of red and a blanket of orange. And then consider yellow energy coming from your solar plexus, emanating out, and layering on top of the red and the orange. There's also a grounding cord going all the way to the center of the planet with that. And then consider the green energy coming from the heart. And layering on top of the red, orange, and the yellow. And is also grounded to the center of the planet. And then consider blue energy coming from the throat chakra. And layering on top of the red, the orange, the yellow, and the green. So it's like a sky blue. Because then the next is indigo. And that comes from the third eye. That spot in the forehead, between the eyebrows, but above them. And that indigo energy is going to come out and surround the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and then indigo. And that indigo also grounds to the planet, to the center of the planet. And then consider violet, coming from the top of the head, from the crown. And layering on top of the others. And grounding to the center of the planet. So you have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, all layered and covering your entire body as your clothing. And you are fully grounded. Just soak that up for a while and feel what that feels like. See if you feel a difference in your interactions today as you've established where you are and who you are, and you're covered. And you have that right to say no. If you ever think that you don't have that right to say no, just deeply ground and recognize that you do. And remember Soleil. He reached out. If you want to come work with Soleil, just give me a call or send me a message, leave a message below, and we can make that happen. Have a beautiful day.